Victims of an organised crime gang that stole mainly keyless ignition vehicles worth more than 2 million have described the devastation of losing cars and vans. 13 people have been sentenced after admitting to their roles in the operation, which saw 107 vehicles stolen across Hampshire, Dorset and Wiltshire between February and October 2023.
They call us the Sticky Bandit.
Chillin', Chubby. Go on. Thank you.
They were mostly stolen from driveways overnight and taken to a so-called chop shop in Surrey run by another organised crime gang to be stripped down for parts. Passing sentence at Southampton Crown Court, Judge Nigel Peters KC described it as a sophisticated conspiracy. The gang used signal boosting devices to trick keyless ignition vehicles, making it seem as if the key fob was nearby and allowing it to be unlocked. They also used so-called signal jammers to prevent the vehicles from being locked in the first place, with the owner not realising their key fob had not worked. The gang members would then return in the middle of the night to drive the unlocked cars away. A man who lives in West Sussex discovered his van had disappeared first thing on the morning in March 2023. I just felt sick, he said. I had so much stuff in there. All my tools are in there. It had all been taken away from me. It didn't seem real. With 10,000 worth of tools stolen, he had to give up his work, designing and installing fitted kitchens and furniture, losing an estimated further £30,000 in potential earnings. If you can imagine, you've lost your mode of transport, you've lost your job and someone's taken 12 grand out of your account, all at one go, he said. It really does have a long-term impact on you as a person. Among the victim impact statements read out in court, one man described how his car was packed for a trip to Scotland when he found it had been stolen in the morning. In another statement, a victim said he was very upset after his camper van was stolen. It contained items belonging to his late mother that were of sentimental value. It was irreplaceable, a memory maker, not just a vehicle, he said. Vehicles targeted by the gang included a Porsche and a Bentley. Out of the 107 vehicles stolen, 61 were recovered, with many damaged or stripped for parts, and 46 were still unaccounted for. Cybersecurity expert Jake Moore said crime involving keyless vehicles was potentially going to increase. Modern cars are effectively computers on wheels, he said. As we know, computers are vulnerable. These vehicles are impressively powerful, but at the same time, we can communicate with them so they can be attacked with the right software and knowledge. The public are demanding these convenient vehicles that start at the press of a button. With that, you get that security vulnerabilities. As the tech improves, we have to be more aware of what criminals can do. The leaders of the gang were jailed last month, having pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy to steal motor vehicles, conspiracy to handle stolen goods, and possession of criminal property. 8 more were sentenced earlier for their roles in the operation. Passing sentence, Judge Peters KC told them that the drivers and lookouts they were part of the parcel of the conspiracy. If you put your toes in the water, there is a great risk you'll get nicked, he told them. Frank Brann, 23 of International Way, Southampton, received 12 months jail sentence, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles. Brandon Cross, 26, of Bellston Road in Southampton, received 12-month jail sentence, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles. Jason Downs, 21, of Walton Place in Winchester, received a 12-month jail sentence, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles and conspiracy to handle stolen goods. Gary Kelly, 38, of Ringwood Road in Bransgaw, Christchurch, Dorset, received 16-month jail sentence, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to handle stolen goods. William Martin, 24, of Coffee Lodge Road in Broadstone, Dorset, received an 8-month jail term, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles. Billy Masters, 24, of Bramley Crescent in Southampton, received an 8-month jail sentence, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles and possession of criminal property. Harry Francis, 27, of Bridge Road, Woolston, Southampton, received a community order for handling stolen goods. Matthew Watkins, 24, of Manor Road in Ringwood, received an 18-month jail sentence, suspended for 18 months for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles. Watkins had also admitted dangerous driving after a high-speed chase on the M25, reaching 120 miles per hour. He eventually crashed into his stationary vehicles in Reargate, narrowly missing 2 pedestrians. Detective Constable Paul Beasley said the impact of the thefts had on victims was immense. The devastating effect it has on victims is right up to people losing their livelihoods and businesses, he said. Some people lost everything. They were using fairly sophisticated equipment. The level of skill and investment they put into was right up there. Last month, Ben Cross was jailed for 5 years and 4 months, and George Berry was jailed for 4 years and 8 months. Bradley Paddock received 3-year sentence for conspiracy to steal motor vehicles and conspiracy to handle stolen goods. The partners of Berry and Cross were also handed suspended sentences, having admitted money laundering offences. Rachel Moran, 31, of Bruntway, Southampton, was sentenced to 12 months suspended for 18 months. Charlotte Traves, 24, of Newman Road, of Bellston, was sentenced to 18 months suspended for 18 months. She and Cross had also admitted a charge of perverting the course of justice over a speeding offence. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.